I believe that we've got to take part in society. You cannot dissociate ourselves from society, because whether we like it or not, we're part of it.
I always believed that there should be groups or help out there for carers. And when it was mentioned to me about setting up a group for carers, I got together with a working party, and it took 18 months.
When I discovered that the major black and ethnic minority live in Moorside, I decided to go and live in Moorside because I wanted to contribute my own quota to the development of the people. And living among them has given myself, as well as the people I'm trying to empower, the confidence to work together.
We as an asylum seekers, we do not have that permission to work. And even though we have our talent, and these are God-given talents, and we should use them because we are part of the community, and we should be part of the development of the community.
Rainbow Haven is really about asylum seekers, destitute asylum seekers, new access state workers. What we try and do with these people is to give them basic skills.
I was in detention and I heard about people outside protesting, and they want us to be free. They want us to be, to get the right to stay in this country. That gave me a huge message. When I get out of the detention, the first thing that I've asked about, who are these people? And then I followed them, and that brought me to the Manchester Refugee Support Network, and then my work started.
There's a lot of apathy in the communities, and people don't feel empowered because when they do try to complain and get the rights, the door's shut in their faces.
I think one of the things that make people not to participate in the community is awareness and self-belief that they can do something, regardless of who they are or what they are.
I was brought up a Catholic in Ireland, in Belfast, and changed in my teenage days to being a United Reformed Church person, and now a United Reformed Church minister. And all through my life, I had the stigma of being Irish, being foreign, you know, dirty pig, all of this, and it just really blew me up, you know. I was so angry. And now I find myself very much about justice. And when I read the Gospels, I see Jesus doing justice.
I'm motivated to carry this group forward because I'm a carer of a son with alcohol and drug problems. And I had nobody to talk to, and I ended up being really ill because I didn't have anybody to talk to. My faith does move me because it's years since I went to church, but I've always been a Christian, and I always say you don't have to go to church to be a Christian, and I've always tried to do good for other people. And yes, I do talk to God because he was the only person I did have at one time to talk to.
Empowering people in Moorside has never been an easy task because first of all there's a stigma attached to anybody. When you say I'm from Moorside, people say, oh no, well, drugs, gun crime, gang. These are the only things people think about. But I can assure you that there is much more in Moorside than that.
At some stage in my life, in the last 20 years, I then realized that it was important to integrate into the dominant culture, which is the British culture. So we had to integrate. I had to integrate as an individual in order to take more advantage of it.
My faith plays a huge part of my activities, my involvement in the community to bring as a change in the, because one of the things that as a Muslim I should believe that oppression is forbidden.
First got to know ChangeMakers through a colleague of mine telling me about them and get me onto the training with ChangeMakers. I thought it was a good campaign, and so I did the training at ChangeMakers, but I learned a lot of lessons.
If ChangeMakers can look at these needs and find a way to support each group, even if it may not be financial.
But when I did this training with ChangeMakers, it really inspired me. It's like an eye-opener, and I said, wow, this is great. From then, I started going out and said, I have to do something to bring about change.
The reason I'm involved with ChangeMakers is because I believe that power needs to be established and used responsibly, and that people need to have a community which makes a difference. And it's very important that that community is multi-faith, multicultural, and has a purpose of making life better for us all.
When you talk about asylum seekers, the branding of itself, the media, these are people that are worthless, here to steal and all these sort of things. The negative aspect, they don't look at the positive. My organization brings about people of that sort, refugee asylum seekers, those that are refugees, encourage them to integrate within the community.
If I've got the opportunity to speak to all faith groups, especially the leaders, I would say to them, we don't need to focus on the differences, but we should and we must look how much we are similar.
Faith communities of all denominations and all religions need to realize that God has no religion, and that what we are responding to the God we feel in us and around us.
Be Christian, Muslim, or whatever religion, faithless or whatsoever, we have a role to play within the community to bring about change. And that's our responsibility. That we should not deny.